留条蜡烛，留条风给我。
Before we get this rally on the road, I would like to do some public service announcements and also any emergency protocols for today's occasion. So, we will be having a full house tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, in case of emergencies, please stay calm and move swiftly towards the exits on the left and on the right. And yeah, as also for the bad weather, in case of any lightning warnings, you'll need to move to the shelters away from the open field. So basically, anybody that is here, except for the camera crew, thank you so much for being with us today. Everybody that is at the field area, please, once there is a bad weather or lightning precautions, please go up to the stands or any sheltered areas just by the back. But always remember, do it safely, beware of the elderly, beware of the kids, and also make some noise, ladies and gentlemen! Woo!
Good evening, Jurong!
Salam sejahtera penduduk Jurong!
玉朗的朋友们，大家晚上好！ It is a meaningful evening tonight. We're gathered here for Jurong's first ever political rally in 20 years. Thank you for being part of this historic moment. You are here because all of us care deeply about our future for the community and for the nation.
And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Danish and I am a proud resident of Jurong. Like many of you, I've grown up in this neighborhood, spent weekends over at Jurong Lake Gardens, jogging there, well actually walking there, and also catching buses from Boon Lay, as well as had countless of meals over here in the lovely hawker centers around the area.
My name is Vivian. I'm a proud volunteer at Yuhua. Where are my Yuhua friends?
Where are my Jurong friends? Where's my Jurong friends?
So tonight, we are so honored and excited to be your hosts, not just to introduce our speakers, but to help hold space for something more important, a conversation about our hopes, our dreams for Jurong and for Singapore.
And this election comes at a time when many are thinking carefully about the rising cost of living, the support for seniors, housing affordability, youth opportunities, and climate resilience. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, these are big issues, but they all begin with the everyday experience of people like you and me. So tonight, we are doing something very special before we hear from our candidates.
Yes, we'll hear from some special guests, and these are our dearest friends and residents who have shared personal stories and journeys with our candidates. Because leadership is more than just about policies, it's about people, trust, and relationship built over time. So, to our Malay-speaking friends, this is what Danish taught me backstage just now. Mari kita bersama.
Is that good? Mari kita bersama. And to our Mandarin-speaking friends, Vivian has taught me a phrase. It's longer than Mari Kita Bersama, but I will try my best. It goes like this. 让我们团结一致。
今晚让我们团结一致。So, my co-host Danish will start the stage by sharing his very special story with one of our candidates that has changed his perspective about what leadership means. So, Danish, please take the stage first. Thank you.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Danish Ashraf, and I have been living and staying in Jurong Central for the past 29 years of my life, even though I look 18. So, growing up, I have witnessed my father, Mr. Suhaimi, some of you might know him, being an avid supporter for the team over at Jurong Central. And as a youth, I didn't really understand because he has been doing a lot of these events, such as the coffee shop talk or walk, coffee shop walk, and a few other events and occasions that there are too many to pronounce and to remember. I didn't understand because I am a youth that I didn't care much of the going-ons in my community. That, however, changed for the past 5 years, ever since we met our MP. We call him endearingly Mr. YQ. Some call him MP Handsome. But everybody knows him as Mr. Yao Chan. I would like to recollect a story that I encountered a few years ago during the infancy of his time with Jurong Central. My parents and we just came back from grocery shopping one day. Me being the lazy bum I am, I would sit at the back and wait for the groceries to come out. Only then I will carry up to the second floor. However, in the corner of our eyes, we saw people clad in white, walking around, doing their rounds, and it was Mr. YQ, Mr. Yao Chan. For some reason, he started running towards us and saying hello to my father. I, as a youth, a 23-year-old youth at that point of time, I didn't understand why he was running. In Malay, I call it, kenapa MP ni berlari? Tak faham. But only then I realized that he personally came to our block just to meet up with my father, because my father has expressed interest to speak with him about having shelters connecting from block to block, as we have an increasing amount of elderly people as well as aging community around our area. And that includes my grandfather, who is as of today 85 years old. A great leader leaves a lasting impression. He has touched a lot of hearts. He has come forward and met up with the people that have so much inquiries. He has met with people who doesn't understand him when he speaks English, and he took his time to learn Bahasa Melayu. A great leader leaves a lasting impression. Another story that I would like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is earlier this year, during the first day of Hari Raya, the first Shawwal. Usually after the prayers, people would go on their merry way and they would like to have their own Hari Raya activities. But for some reason that day, this year, I was at the back of the congregation. 80% of the congregation stayed just because Mr. Yao Chan came over and wanted to wish them Selamat Hari Raya and wanted to meet with them. And on top of that, he approached my grandfather who at this point of time couldn't remember people, couldn't hear and couldn't see. And we told him, "Ato, MP nak berbual." You know what my grandfather said? "MP handsome eh." Great leaders leaves a lasting impression. I believe that there are more stories to be told. I just have a platform to share my stories with you. I believe that each and every one of you have an encounter with Mr. Yao Chan at one point of time during his 5 years tenure here. Great leaders leave a lasting impression. And if you need proof, just look in front of you here. I was a youth who didn't care about my community, who didn't care about anything that's going on around me. And here I am, being the MC as well as speaking on behalf of Mr. Yao Chan. And with that, we hope to make more memories with Mr. Xie and give him their continuous support. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Okay, I will put back my MC hat on. So, where's Vivian? Oh, okay, hi. So, our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is a long-time volunteer over at Hong Kong North and has been a continuous supporter for the team there as time goes by. He has wonderful stories he would like to share with us. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, let's all welcome Mr. Wong Mun Chiang.
各位玉兰东58都集选区的居民以及玉兰中的居民，大家晚上好，大家好，大家好 ，Selamat malam。那么小弟呢是王文强，我在1988年的时候，有些人还没有出生就已经加入了这个基层组织。1989年。也加入了市政理事会，当时是丰家市政理事会，后来是蔡厝港市政理事会。那我也在58都住了将近20年，那么现在仍然时常在58都玉兰东的地方走。那么在这些年间，我亲眼目睹了本区的各种改进及变化。在我们行动党能干的国议员带领下，看见了主屋的翻新、电梯的翻新。那以前我们要爬楼梯崭新的游乐场、健身园地、有盖走廊。那其实都是什么地方都是有盖走廊。小贩中心、民众俱乐部、新的巴士路线、巴士转弯站，各样新的设施、社区服务活动及各种项目，那使到我们58都的这个家园，还有丰家北成为一个充满活力，并且是一个可持续发展的社区。这一切都是有目共睹，并且令人耳目一新。那么最重要的，不论是前任议员，那我的区是丰家北，我们的前任议员陈小鹏博士，或者是许连炫博士，以及我们现在的候选人李鸿川先生，我们都看到他们有一种感受到他们的热忱、爱心、耐心及魄力。那么他们的使命都是一致的，都是为民服务。我曾经在其他国家，他们说要找到官员为民服务是不可能的。他说我们的地方只是为人民币服务，但是我们新加坡的行动党议员都是为民服务。先天下之忧而忧，后天下之乐而乐。老吾老以及人之老，幼吾幼以及人之幼。那么他们都不把成为国会议员当作一份职业，或者是一种权利，或者是一种利益。那相反的，他们的精神就是要为人民争取福利。那这是他们的那个特点。李鸿章先生 我有机会跟他很详细谈。他真的是一位斗士。什么样斗士呢？就是从来不向挫折、失败来低头。他曾经在后感的时候，他曾经说，他是明知山有虎，偏向虎山行。不入虎穴，焉得虎子呢？这是他的一个特点。李鸿章先生每次去拜访居民的时候，都是有求必应，而且他也主动的去了解他们的情况。他跟我说了很多的故事。每当人讲说我有这个需要的时候呢，他就会差遣他的那个同伴，他的基层来去到那边，来跟他们了解多一点情况。这是为什么我这么多年来愿意继续服务的原因。再多几天我们就要去投票了。我们记得有一个广告说，在于我们的手中 PUB 的广告。同样的，我们的命运就是在我们的手中，不单单是伊朗东，不单单是5级8都，不单单是伊朗中，我们要选的是一个能干的政府，是保护我们的这个国家的命运以及我们的命运。所以请投人民心的那一票，谢谢。
Thank you, 曼强。对，请支持人民行动党。Now, upcoming, we have our community speaker, VJ, with a very interesting story of how he met one of the candidates when he was just 19 years old. VJ, can we have you on stage, please? VJ, come on
Yes,
up.
I'll give a round of applause for VJ.
Good evening, everyone. Anevarukkum vanakkam. So in this story that I'm going to tell you, I was 19 years old. Not a single worry in my mind. Except what FIFA game I was going to play, what player I was going to buy. Life was very chill. And this worried my mom. அடுத்த வருஷம் யூனி ஆரம்பிக்குது, இவன் என்ன பண்ண போறான், என்னவாக போறான்னு கவலையே இல்லாம இருக்கானே. சும்மா சினிமா படமா பார்த்து நான் அது ஆக போறேன், இது ஆக போறேன்னு சொல்றான். ஆனா எதுவும் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறான். So when Mr. Murali came for a house visit to our block one of these days, she seized the chance and just asked him, "Sir, I have this son. Can you advise him a bit, please?" And to her surprise, he said, "Sure. Ask him to come down to our Friday night MPS." So I come back home and she tells me this, and I'm like, "Ma, really? Amma, அவர் ஒரு MP மா, அவருக்கு எவ்வளவு வேலை இருக்கும் தெரியுமா? நிஜமா இத சொல்லி அவரை போய் தொந்தரவு பண்ண போறீங்களா? அவர் பிரச்சனையா உங்க பையன் ஜாலியா இருக்கிறது ஏன் ஆக்குறீங்க?" That roughly translates to, "Mom, he's the MP. He must be busy. Why are we really worrying him with all these things?" And to that, she just gave me a cold stare and she said, "No, go. He asked you to come and you're going." அப்படியே முறைச்சிக்கிட்டு நீ போற, அவர் சொல்லிட்டாரு நீ போற அப்படின்றாங்க. So I went. I brought my brother as Kakila. So I go there and Friday night MPS in full action. And Mr. Murali was going from table to table, talking to every resident, giving him his due attention and time. So hearing all the issues the residents were talking to him about, I got worried. I was like, there are real people here with real problems. And in this case, I was the problem. Is it really big enough to talk to him about? But no, the team told me, he will talk to you. Please wait. By the time we managed to speak to Mr. Murali, it was 1 a.m. And I was like, oh my God, he went from table to table talking to everyone. He must be very tired. Let's just make it quick and go and save him the trouble. But no, he took his time, sat these two boys down and gave us his fullest attention. அப்ப தெரிஞ்சிச்சு, அவர் சும்மா பேச்சுக்கு எங்களை வர சொல்ல, இந்த ரெண்டு பசங்க எதுக்காக வந்திருக்காங்க, அவங்க பிரச்சனை என்ன, அவங்க எதுக்காக என்ன உதவி அவங்களுக்கு செய்யலான்றது அவர் மனசுல இருந்துச்சு. நீ எதுக்காக சட்டம் படிக்க போற, உனக்கு எந்த துறையில வேலை பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுற, சட்டம் படிக்கிறதுல எவ்வளோ கடினம் இருக்கு தெரியுமா, பணிபுரியறதுல எவ்வளோ கடினம் இருக்கு தெரியுமா, ஆனா அதே சமயம் எவ்வளோ நற்பணி ஆற்றலாம்னு சொன்னாரு, எடுத்துரைச்சாரு, என் தம்பி கிட்டையும் பேசினாரு. And then I knew this was a person who cared about what his residents brought before him. This was a person who listened to his residents and will do what he can to help his residents. And I'm proud and honored to be serving alongside a leader like Mr. Murali. Makkal tonde magesan tondendradhukku erpa தான் முன்னாடி வர மக்களுக்கு என்ன உதவி செய்ய முடியுமோ அதை செஞ்சு கொடுக்கிற ஒரு தலைவர், ஒரு நல்ல மனிதரோட பணிபுரியறது என்னோட பாக்கியம், என்னோட கர்வம். நான் என்னைக்குமே அவருக்கும் அந்த குழுக்கும் இந்த கட்சிக்கும் ஆதரவா இருப்பேன். நீங்களும் இருக்கணும்னு கேட்டுக்கிறேன். I will always be supportive of Mr. Murali, the team and the party, and I ask that you do so as well. Thank you. Nandri, vanakkam.
What a great story to have met Mr. Murali at that tender age and be inspired by him. So up next, I'm going to try and use Hokkien to introduce the next community speaker. 我这阵爱用福建话来介绍新加坡真多社团的大哥，伊的名叫爱宏，他在裕华服务了非常多年，让我们用最热烈的掌声欢迎爱宏。
感谢哈，感谢安尼水的司仪哈。各位咱的这个鲁龙东甲武吉巴岛的居民，大家好。我叫陈义福，今年56岁，是一个生理人哈。我1969年出世到10岁的时候是徛伫红沙里的沙里厝，就是山顶厝就对。哦，近伫阿毛桥地铁站附近。1979年10岁的时候，就搬来去政府厝，安尼款的政府厝，哈。2年后就开始读中学，读中学的时候就开始就搭巴去学堂，每一日就搭40分钟的巴士。迄个时候的巴士无人气，我相信旧年那个 CBF 的人计有感受得到，哈。但是真紧1-2年后，慢慢哈就有人气的巴士车的服务了。虽然伊的数量唔是真多。每2-3抓就有一只人气巴士来，但是迄个时候，咱就已经真正欢喜、真正满足了。哦，在1987年的时候，就是8年后，阿毛桥的地铁站好了，开始服务。那我要讲的是，短8年的时间，哦，8年的时间，会使按农村的山顶厝、甲树林，会使变做新镇哈、新镇、甲地铁站。咱的这政府是了不起的，好厉害。91年我当完兵就开始工作，好1998年有一个机会就开始来创业，做家己的生意。我来做我的国际贸易甲海事的服务。咱新加坡是一个真水的国家，所以甲什么资源本无，好什么资源都没有，好。但是咧，咱有一个真正高的政府。咱的政府吼，就是咱人的，比如讲咱的港务局，咱的 PSA， 将咱人的海港的设备吼，甲咱人的码头建成吼，咱世界一流的这个码头。每一个日哈，一个月内面哈，有超过10万只的船只来咱新加坡起落咱的油品甲货柜，吼，10万只哈。了这10万只的船，因拿新加坡国加油，互因家己用的油，每一年是超过5000万吨，了不起的，了不起的数字，全世界是数一数二的。那按照这座船东会选择来咱新加坡起落河甲天油呢？因为咱有一个真正安全佮稳定的政策，在咱这里啊，哦，这座船东来咱这里起落河。就互咱人新加坡人真正找伊的工作的机会，做贸易，甲服务因人的机会，就是有人趁食就对，哦。所以咧，咱就要保持这个优势，有这个优势，咱阁要进步，哦。若要进步，咱就要阁较严肃的管理，就是讲阁较严的政府就对。哦，这是一定爱的，咱人袂使骄傲，吼。若是骄傲，咱周边的国家会超越咱人，所以咱要真正注意，哦。服务咱人裕华吼，鲁华超将近20年的副海燕部长，我该真实，因为我的公司2006年搬来的这个 Enterprise Hub， 哦，伊当议员甲部长之前，就是咱人港务局内面一个真正重要的领导之一。所以咱才有今仔日的这个码头，哦，所以是真正高的。 伊当了这个议员以后，吼，伊虽然公务真正繁忙，非常的忙，但是伊对裕华区的大大小小，尤其在有需要伊帮忙的，伊都会特别的关注，吼，甲照顾。所以伊即抓伊带领吼，这个团队，伊的团队大家都是好料。哦，所以你能够珍惜恁手中的迄张票，投互咱人 PAP 的政府，互伊人来组织一个真正有力的政府来服务咱人。哦，感谢大家，感谢。
All right, thank you, Mr. Tan. And ladies and gentlemen, in attendance, can I hear you? I can't hear you. Can I hear you go louder than that? Okey, baiklah untuk para hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, untuk anda yang sedang bersama kami di ruangan ini, pastikan anda buat bunyi, anda semua bersorak dengan sekuat mungkin. Make some noise. Alright, I will be introducing our next community speaker. This lady has been with Madam Rahayu for a long time and has a few motivational stories that has motivated her as well as the community. And with that, let us all welcome Madam Yatsari.
Ahli politik hanya muncul ketika pilihan raya. Itu yang kadang-kadang kita dengar, kan? Sometimes we hear people say, you only see your MP when it's time for election. Itu tidak benar. We all know that is not true. Salam sejahtera. Saya Yansari, seorang penduduk di Bukit Batok dan seorang sukarelawan yang aktif selama lebih 1 dekad. Saya secara peribadi telah bersama Puan Rahayu dari hari pertama beliau di Bukit Batok. Saya saksikan sendiri beliau turun padang, melawat rumah ke rumah, blok demi blok, tanpa satu pun rumah yang ditinggalkan. Saya tahu kerana saya bersama beliau, dan saya pasti anda juga tahu kerana beliau dan pasukannya pasti sudah melawat anda di rumah atau di kejiranan anda. Saya masih ingat lagi ketika kita dilanda wabak COVID-19, ramai yang risau. Ia satu cabaran yang luar biasa. Puan Rahayu tidak berlengah. Beliau terus mengadakan perbincangan bersama volunteers dan tenaga kerja di Bukit Batok. Pesanannya sangat jelas. Kita jaga kita. Kita jaga kita. We take care of one another. Bila ada penduduk yang terkena jangkitan COVID-19, we got in touch with them. We tried to help in any way possible. A care pack was sent. We remained vigilant. Everyone played a role in being the eyes and ears on the ground. Any call for help was channeled to the relevant agencies for follow-up. Ihsan, empathy dan tindakan, itulah nilai sebenar yang beliau bawa dalam kepimpinan beliau. Sebagai seorang ibu kepada 4 orang anak yang masih bersekolah and the main caregiver of an 85 years old mum, saya tidak terlepas dari cabaran yang dihadapi oleh wanita di luar sana. It's tough to be in the sandwich generation. Puan Rahayu mengambil langkah-langkah nyata untuk menyokong ibu-ibu seperti saya. Beliau memperkenalkan program untuk penduduk seperti flash mentoring dan pelbagai inisiatif lain yang benar-benar membantu perkasakan golongan ibu-ibu dalam membesarkan anak-anak mereka, iaitu generasi kita yang akan datang. Hari ini saya berdiri di sini bukan hanya sebagai seorang sukarelawan. Saya di sini sebagai seorang ibu, seorang anak dan seorang rakyat biasa yang ingin melihat kerja-kerja murni ini diteruskan. Puan Rahayu dan pasukannya perlukan sokongan kita. Mari kita terus berdiri bersama beliau demi komuniti yang lebih kuat, lebih penyayang dan lebih bersatu. Kerana masa depan yang lebih cerah bermula dengan kepimpinan yang komited, kepimpinan yang sentiasa hadir dan berjuang ketika keadaan paling sukar.
Thank you so much, Yansari. What a touching story.
A big round of applause for Madam Yansari, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
And now it's the time that all of us have been waiting for our candidates to arrive. Can we please give a warm round of applause for all our candidates for the Jurong East, Bukit Batok, GRC, and also for Clementi Central, we have David Ho, Xu Decai, Murali Grace Fu Haiyan,
Madam Rahayu Mahzam, Mr. Yao Chan, Mr. Lee Hong Chuan, and Dr. Tan Wu Meng.
Madam Chair. And we are so excited to hear what the candidates have prepared to speak with us today. So starting with Danish, why don't you do the honor of welcoming our first candidate speaker?
So, this is a biodata. Okay, so Mr. Murali started volunteering in Bukit Batok 25 years ago.
25 years ago?
25 years ago, and he was elected MP in 2016. As MP, he strengthened its support network, and he brought in partners to provide services such as free TCM, food banks, and expanded healthcare, elder care facilities. Sorry about that.
Wow! 让我们以最热烈的掌声欢迎穆仁礼。
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, salam sejahtera. Terima kasih atas hadiran anda di rapat umum ini. 各位朋友，各位来宾，大家晚上好。பெரியோர்களே, தாய்மார்களே, அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Fellow Singaporeans, residents of Bukit Batok, good evening. How are you feeling today? My name is Murali Pillai, and I stand here as a candidate of the PAP Jurong East Bukit Batok team, led by Minister Grace Fu. Before I get ahead of myself, I have a shorter name in Bukit Batok. They call me? They call me? Yes, they call me Amu in Bukit Batok. Now let me start off by thanking everyone who walked the road with me since 2016 when I became an MP of Bukit Batok. So to those who assisted me, thank you very much for your energy and your time. You are my inspiration. One such person is Mr. Tai Chan Lien, who is 79 years old. Mr. Tai was practically the first community leader of Bukit Batok after the Bukit Batok HDB housing estate was constructed. That was 40 plus years ago. So he had to start from scratch. So he had to recruit volunteers, he had to set up programs, and you can imagine it was never easy. He had to work very hard. He put community before his own self. He even recruited his family, his wife, and his children.
I have the honor of working with him, first as a volunteer and thereafter as MP. Now recently, Mr. Tai was receiving palliative care. And a few days ago, his blood pressure dropped dramatically. His family thought that he may not make it. Mrs. Tai played him a recording of my speech at nomination day. It was a short speech. It's about the importance of leadership in a turbulent world. Mr. Tai's eyes opened. Now, when I was told this, I was incredibly moved. I do not deserve this honor. Mr. Tai is now eating again, and I'm told that he's resolved to vote come 3rd May 2025. Mr. Tai and hundreds like him, they are the heroes. And they are the reasons why I'm serving. They motivate me. I will be eternally grateful to them. Mrs. Tai is with you in the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please join me to thank the Tai family and all community volunteers who are serving our residents. Thank you. Today, I ask for your support once again so that we can make a difference in the lives of the people that we serve. I will talk about 3 P's. First, problems. Second, politics. And third, politicians. Problems that Singapore are concerned about. Politics, the kind of politics that we want to see in Singapore, and the type of politicians we want to see in Singapore. On the first point, problems. The world order as we see today has dramatically changed. The 2 big elephants, China and US, are at war, are at trade war. And when elephants fight, the grass suffers. Our tiny red dot will inevitably feel the effects because our trade amount is 3 times our GDP. Not only that, there is a real prospect of the world economic order dismantling. Under WTO rules, countries have to treat other countries equally. Now, there's tariffs and there's counter tariffs. Might is right. There's so much uncertainty, and all this affects jobs and livelihoods. Now, many of us can remember the economic crisis of the past. We had the Asian financial crisis in the 1990s and the global financial crisis in the 2000s. Some of us may feel that this crisis looks similar. They are not. Things are completely different. These kind of crises are triggered by behavior that the markets could predict and subsequently punish. The Asian financial crisis, we had a loan bubble. In the global financial crisis, they were selling overpriced derivatives, collateralized debt obligations, which was worth very little. Now, the causes were complex, but there is an economic logic to this. So recovery was difficult, but predictable. Once the malaise, once the problems are resolved, it's akin to a person who is ill. He takes medicine, he undergoes physiotherapy to gain muscle mass, and once he can stand on his feet, he can be contributing economically again. But this time is different. Even if we are fit, the world economic order is broken. So in Singapore, how does that translate? So we have cost of living issues. Our young are concerned about getting jobs after they leave school, after they graduate. Our mid-career PMEs are concerned about retaining jobs. Now, this anxiety of jobs started even before the tariff war. We are concerned about the technological trend and, in particular, whether AI will gobble up their jobs. Our working parents are concerned about taking care of their children and at the same time being caregivers of their elderly parents. Our seniors are concerned about retirement adequacy and health care. Our gig workers are concerned about financial instability. And many Singaporeans want Singapore to be an inclusive society so that everyone will get opportunities, be it in education or jobs. Our low-income families want the best for their children so that they too can climb the social mobility ladder. And then we have this existential threat of the environment. How do we nurse our ailing planet back to health? So these are the problems. Today you are here to choose solutions. In the PAP manifesto titled Changed World, Fresh Team and New Resolve, we offer you our ideas. The PAP government can still create an oasis of security, our home. We created this with you in our Forward SG conversations. It is not a laundry list of policies. It is our version of the Singapore dream. We will strengthen our social compact, make Singapore an engine of growth to create jobs with good wages. We will add value to the world system, achieve economic growth, and with the growth, we fund our ambitious social agenda, be it healthcare, housing, taking care of the needy. We will leave no one behind. We do all this in a responsible way, without populist spending. We will deal with the hard truths. This is the PAP way. This is PAP since 1954. What we say, we do. 说到，做到. That's for the country. At the GRC and divisional levels, the PAP Jurong East Bukit Batok team also has unveiled our plans. But here is the difference. Unlike the government plans, at the GRC and divisional level, the elected leaders would have to make things happen on the ground. So if we are elected, we will be able to raise funds, get the volunteers, get the partners, set up the programs to benefit fellow residents. We pledge to build a more inclusive community where everybody belongs. So at the local level, the national level, and the international level, the PAP works for you. So here's the issue. Should the US decide to no longer underwrite the world economic system, we need to rewire the system. Our political leaders would have to be nimble, have courage, master steel and strength. For them to be effective, we must be united. This is singularly important because otherwise we will fall prey to the divide and conquer tactics. As our Malay friends will say, kena makan, get eaten. Do we want to get eaten? Yes, we should not get eaten. And that's why unity is important. I now come to my second topic, politics. In much bigger and more advanced countries, they have dysfunctional political systems. In a podcast that I heard, a commentator attributed it to 3 reasons. First, populism. Second, polarization. And third, post-truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we should never allow such politics to take root in Singapore. Now let me illustrate my point by giving you an example. During a recent budget debate, one honorable member of parliament highlighted the plight of local businesses and how costs are spiraling and therefore they're not doing well. Another member of parliament from the same party stated that wages are too low for workers and they should go up. Now, if both messages were said by the same person, the audience will be confused. If cost is too high, how can wages be too low? It can, if you are a populist. One will sound good to SME bosses, and the other message will sound good to the workers. These are not hard truths. These are half-truths, and they create a house of cards. At the end of the day, if we really want to make a difference, we would have to make a more nuanced speech. And in this speech, which is admittedly more difficult, we have to realize something, that not all businesses are weak and not all workers are underpaid. So if we identify the weak companies and the workers who are underpaid, then we will be able to take steps to resolve the issues. And that's the right thing to do. What would be irresponsible is to turn workers against businesses. That is polarization. Now I come to politicians, my third topic. In many countries, politicians are routinely ridiculed. Comedians, week in, week out, lampoon politicians. Politicians in turn make populist promises, easy choices. They say, give the people what they want. But do they? To me, politics means using the power for the good of the people, not just for now, but for the future. Politicians should ensure the highest standards of behavior. Values such as honesty, integrity, and character are non-negotiable. Thank you. I would add one more thing. Responsibility. You know, in life, things can go wrong. And when they go wrong, politicians should not duck. They should accept responsibility, square with Singaporeans, be transparent, look at the problems, and make the system stronger. That should be the way. And this message came to me in a very personal way. On the 1st of November 2019, there was a very terrible fire case in Bukit Batok. A flat belonging to the late Madam Goh burnt. In fact, everything in her house burnt. Madam Goh and her son, Maverick Chia, were rushed to hospital. They suffered terrible burns and they inhaled thick black smoke. I met them in hospital. Madam Goh fought valiantly. But unfortunately, after 3 weeks, she passed on. Maverick thankfully pulled through. In fighting the fire, SCDF found out that the wet risers, these are the red pipes carrying firefighting water, was not working because it was accidentally switched off. Now this wet riser system is maintained by a specialist contractor of the town council. When I learned of this, I took political responsibility. Now, the family was distraught. We took care of the family as best as we could. We took care of the funeral expenses. We bought them replacement furniture. We also got them alternate accommodation. We got them lawyers to claim compensation. The court found the officer of the specialist contractor guilty and sentenced the person to a fine. And we also strengthened the system. Now, if the wet riser system is switched off, there will be a loud sound, a siren, which will alert the officer on duty. Now, Maverick had to fight his own battle. Maverick had to recover from his injuries, and after he did, he also was struggling with trauma. And after he turned the corner, he focused his attention to education. This is because his mother wanted him to be a graduate. And a few years later, he became a graduate. He's now working in the talent development sector. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Maverick Chia is in this stadium. Could you join me to welcome him? Thank you. Now, this is how I took responsibility. This is how the party takes responsibility, and we will not change. Now, let me conclude. Fellow Singaporeans, many of you will remember the famous Never Fear speech by the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. This speech was made almost 60 years ago at the Sri Narayana Mission in Sembawang. Now, this speech holds a special place in my heart because I grew up in Sembawang and spent most of my childhood at the mission's premises. He said, 100 years ago, this place was a mudflat, a swamp. Now it's a modern city. 10 years from now, it will be a metropolis. Never fear. And we became a metropolis. Our founding fathers built this metropolis from precious little, apart from sheer determination, guts, and wits. They had to overcome odds, and they did that by being united and strong. We need to rediscover our pioneering spirit because the world order is deteriorating. We will need to influence the new way, and we can only do that if we have the right politics, the right politicians, and we remain strong and united. Only then will we be able to move forward, or as we say in Tamil, Ondraga Muneruvom. So voters of Jurong East Bukit Batok, your decision on the 3rd of May 2025 will be on a simple choice. Do you want a party with values that you can trust? Do you want a party that you can trust to deliver on its promises? Do you want a party that will ensure that we will have the right politics and the right politicians. Your PAP Jurong East Bukit Batok team is here for you. We will serve you with all our heart. We will serve you with dedication and resolve. So vote PAP, undilah Parti Tindakan Rakyat, 请支持，请投票，人民行动党，Makal Sel Kacci Bakal Iqbal, Majulah Singapura. Thank you.
Thank you, Murali. That was very moving. 是的，我们人民行动党就是说到做到。Kita cakap, kita buat. Our next candidate, Mr. Lee, has over 30 years of volunteering experience, and he is a community leader that sees the vital role of robust community support to help residents navigate challenges. 下位候选人，听他的名字就知道了，宏图远志，壮志凌云，请热烈欢迎李鸿壮。
A very good evening. 晚上好 Selamat malam Welcome. How have you been so far? Well, great to hear that too. Please allow me to continue my speech in Mandarin, then follow by English. 玉朗东578都的居民和朋友们，你们好吗？你们好，我们就好。我们好，你们就更加好。因为声明人民的你们，才能够确定我们的去向，委托我们行动。也就因为如此，我和党员都会努力，全力以赴，成为你们心目中的人民行动党。我的名字叫李鸿壮。再多几个月，我们将庆祝新加坡建国60周年。去年，我们人民行动党也庆祝了70周年。要维持一个党70年，并非一件简单的事，更不是理所当然的。它需要大家的支持、奋斗和肯定，才能够走到今天。在一个民主的国家，要一个党持续60年不间断的执政，带领一代又一代的国人，那是难上加难。我很高兴，我们能跟你们一起走到今天的新加坡。我们所以成功的发展到今天，主要靠的是先辈的努力，接着是你们大家一代又一代的辛勤耕耘，传承我们先辈自强不息的精神，加上你们给予我们一路来的信任与支持，才有今天的新加坡，今天的我们。我们会以实际行动维护我们各自选区，维护你们的家园。这次大选，如果我能拿这9天比喻成90分钟的 足球比赛，今天已经是第6天，不知不觉的情况下，我们已经完成了上半场，也正在进行下半场的赛事。虽然双方目前为止都还没有进球，但各队的进攻和防守仍然很紧密，尤其是我们的团队快马加鞭的在场地和选区走动。我们的团队会继续努力思考对策，如何打好接下来现有的时间，希望完成我们的任务。每一次的选举，我们都需要得到你们的肯定和鼓励，让我和我们的团队们可以为你们努力奋斗，为你们接下来的日子里带来无限的希望，让你们这一代、下一代、后一代更加强大。在过去几届，你们都给我们人民行动党强而有力的支持，我们的团队也在每一届的选举过后保持承诺，把你们的选区建设成一个具有活力、美好的家园，从不辜负你们。我们的团队会继续推出和发展多种多样的服务项目，把你们的区内里的基础设施完善的改进和发展。这几天我在选区里也听到好多不同的声音，他们也跟我反映了你们的想法和要求。我要告诉你们，我的团队和我都听到了。We have heard you. We are not only listening, but we will add on it, cause we are your People Action Party. And most importantly, we will act with our hearts. Just give you some example. In the newer estates of Hong Chuan North, and where there are many young families, one of your concern is childcare center. I am glad to share that just within our PCF alone, we have increased intake at Block 446 and 447 from 85 to 260 vacancy. Also, across other childcare centers in that area, vacancy have seen to grow from 200 to 400. However, we know that these are still not enough. That is why this year we have converted 2 of our centers at Block 338 and 319, taking in 185 and 257 children respectively. Do you think it is enough? I can tell you, it's not enough. Thus, by 2027, in West Hill Estate, we will have another center for 320 vacancy. Next, on raining days, many residents have shared with us the need of high cover linkways across the road. I'm pleased to share that we have heard you too, and we have received in principle approval for 2 significant high cover linkways. First one, a linkway connecting Bukit Gombak MRT to the shop houses opposite the MRT along Bukit Batok Avenue 5. Second, another linkway connecting St. Anthony Primary School to Block 336 across Bukit Batok Street 32. However, this will take some time as LTA will be conducting a feasible study by end of the year to determine the best way, the safe way to build them. In the estate, we also have another primary school, which is located at the new precinct of Hong Chuan North. Also, we will have a large-scale recreation and community space for residents. And the list goes on and on and on. 我和团队还有很多项目要跟你们一起来完成。首先，我会在区里扩展更多轻家庭式的事项，建立一个更全面的框架，提高家庭与居民的凝聚力。其次，我也要扶老携幼，让他们通过一系列的康乐、愉快的项目和活动，并提升区内的基础设施，好给他们在身心愉快的单儿有个安康健全的居住环境。尤其是我们的乐龄人士，我们要的是一个，他们要的是一个可以关怀他们、了解他们，和一个可以跟他们互动、互信、分享美好岁月的我和团队都会在区里扮演这个角色。最后，至于弱势群体与夹心层，我会探讨如何加强社区力量，跟区内和区外各个福利团体携手合作，援助有需要的居民，一起解决问题。所以这次选举后，如果能再得到你们的委托，我们一定会竭尽所能，听取你们的意见，服务大家，加强区内的基础设施。只有你们的信任、你们的委托、你们的一票，我们才能完成任务。我们人民行动党会一直关注你们，服务你们这一代、下一代，甚至后一代。所以，请支持我李鸿壮，请支持我的集选区人民行动党的代表，让我们一起努力，一起奋斗，打造一个属于你我的未来。As the saying goes, picture speaks 1,000 words. And I believe our actions could speak 1,000,000 sentences. Being a young senior and senior youth with 2 young adults, I'm in the best position to be able to understand and help residents from all walks of life, ranging from senior to youth. We will focus on our 5 pillars, being activities, services, initiatives, or infrastructures. 1. Supporting our families. 2. Supporting jobs, empowering workers, growing local businesses. 3. Honoring our seniors, enriching the golden year. 4. Creating a clean, green, and vibrant whole. 5. Building a community where everyone belongs. You can rest assured that we will fight for your well-being. If we cannot done in the national level, we will work at our very own community level, especially now that we have bigger teams to achieve our desired result. My value in life is that one should not think just about oneself. Many times, it's through thinking of others, observing their behaviors, characters, helping them that I could then indirectly discover and reflect more about myself. That's how I've been serving for more than 30 years. We all know the Chinese word 国家 country 国 is in front of home 家. I always believe both country and home need to be hand in hand, and they are very dependent on one another. Without each other, it could not really reflect the unity, solidarity, and the importance of Singapore's presence both locally and internationally. Just like the Chinese idiom, 唇亡齿寒, one cannot succeed without the other. That's why your vote is vital. Without them, we cannot continue to serve you. With your support, it allows me to speak up for you on policy and gain deeper understanding of how they are formulated. Singapore has allowed us to grow and succeed in our life and work, providing us with countless opportunities. Thus, I hope I would get your mandate to have a direct avenue to be your voice into the parliament. We are all pillars of Singapore's economic workforce, contributing in one way or another to nation building. It's only natural and important that our concerns, our feedback, our voices are addressed and understood by the government. It is also equally important that we understand why certain policy, though perceived as unpopular or not beneficial to us, are implemented, and how a society as a whole would eventually reap the fruits sown through these policies. 正所谓前人种树，后人乘凉。我们今天的成就是我们先辈的努力，我们明天的成果就是我们今天的工作。只有一代又一代的传承下去，我们才会有美好的未来。Please vote for us. I am Hong Chuan. Nama saya Hong Chuan. Saya telah menjadi sukarelawan selama lebih dari 30 tahun. Sokonglah dan undilah saya. Undilah PAP. Terima kasih. 谢谢. Nandri. Thank you very much.
谢谢候选人。 Lee Hong Chuan. Thank you, Mr. Lee Hong Chuan. And I feel suddenly after Mr. Lee went back to his seat, everybody became a bit quiet. How about let's make some more noise, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so our next speaker is a representative of Bukit Batok East and has been committed to translating policies into actual help for residents, especially seniors, youth, women, and low-income families. Testament to this commitment are initiatives like Belanja a Meal, youth mentoring programs, and empowerment workshops for women. She cares deeply about building an inclusive and compassionate society. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Madam Rahayu Mahzam.
Good evening, residents of Jurong East, Bukit Batok, GRC, and Jurong Central, SMC. Salam sejahtera, Malay Vanakkam, Tacha Wang Shang Hao. Before I begin my speech, let me take the opportunity to show our gratitude to our sign language interpreters who are here today, June and Rohana. Thank you for making this an inclusive event. To all of you here, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening in. Your presence and your interest in this matter because you have a critical decision to make on who will be your representatives in Parliament. This election is fundamentally about choice. Your choice on who will be best representing your interests in the next 5 years. In this election season, where many promises are being made, you need to decide who you can place your trust in. Who has the best plan? Who can get the job done? Who will carry out what they said they will do? These are important questions to think about. For the last 2 elections, residents of Bukit Batok East, you have placed your trust in me. You gave me the chance to perform the role of being your champion, your voice to make changes to improve your lives. This is an important job. But being your representative for the last decade has never been just a job or position to me. Over the years, I found myself falling in love with the quiet charm of Bukit Batok East, and more so with her people. When I walk through our neighborhoods, I see familiar faces. I see families and the stories behind them. Your stories, stories that inspire me. Let me tell you about the beautiful and resilient people of BBE. Fellow Singaporeans who remind me over and over again that there is strength, there is grit, there is fire in our people. The very reason why Singapore continues to overcome all challenges and continues to thrive. There is a grandmother who has been taking care of her granddaughter since birth. The child's mother had some challenges and she eventually took her own life. The grandmother persevered. My team and I have been supporting the grandmother and granddaughter with some financial assistance, connected her to legal advice, offered our local vouchers and grocery programs, and we continue to walk the journey with them as the elderly lady navigates the education and day-to-day care of her granddaughter. There is a mother of young children whom we support with our diaper and milk powder programs. She has 3 children, teenager, 18 years old, an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old. Their family faced various challenges, but we unpacked the issues one by one and offered different solutions. The milk and diapers offered to them have allowed for the family to spend more on other essentials in the household. There is also a father who was retrenched and had to reskill and find another job. He came to me many years ago to seek assistance to pivot to a new career. I recall vividly our meetings and how dejected he felt not being able to support his family. He was at a loss. With no income, he worries about supporting his family. We made the appeal for him to get support for his career transition, but also offered interim assistance for his utilities and household expenses. He worked hard and bounced back. I see the family now every once in a while during community events and cannot help but feel so much relief that they got through this hurdle. The families I meet in BBE face many different challenges. I understand the stresses. I feel the pain. I worry with them. I constantly think of ways to support them. They have been the inspiration for many of the programs and initiatives in BBE. I am also often encouraged by how they recover and get stronger. Once, a resident who had been receiving food packs from our community program came by our Meet the People session with a box of chocolates. She came to tell us, "My son has graduated and found a job. We no longer need help. Please give it to someone who needs it more." To me, that moment captured the resilience and compassion that defines our community. I recall an elderly resident who lived alone and sought our help to get a new walking aid. You should have seen the joy in her face when she came back the next month to show it to us. She fondly referred to the walking aid as her Mercedes. These moments reflect our shared journey together. Some people say, "Oh, how come I only see you once in every 5 years, only during election period?" Sometimes when I ask them, they are not even residents staying in the estate. Residents of BBE, you know me. You have seen me. I may not be everywhere every time, but you know what I've been doing. You know my heart. You have seen me walk and walk with you. Looking ahead, residents of Bukit Batok East have much to be excited about. We plan to enhance our community spaces, create more opportunities for neighbors to connect, strengthen our support for families. We'll continue our vision to build, bond, and engage. Improving facilities, strengthening community bonds through shared experiences, and maintaining dialogues to understand your needs. The work we've done has built relationships that matter. It created a foundation for future improvements and initiatives that will benefit everyone. This shared history gives us valuable insights on what works for Bukit Batok East and what needs adjustment. And I am not doing this alone. Behind me is the Jurong East Bukit Batok team. Minister Grace Fu, with her wealth of experience in cabinet, brings exceptional leadership and passion for community development. Mr. Hong Chuan brings with him proven dedication. He will ensure that our residents will be well taken care of, estates are well maintained, facilities improved, and it will be continuously improved. Minister of State Murali Pillai his genuine care for residents shows in every conversation we have and in every effort that he's done for Bukit Batok. Mr. David Ho brings his valuable perspectives and experience for the youth sector. Together, we will work tirelessly to meet your needs. We are also supported by a network of activists and volunteers who believe in service. They're all here today. People who, like you, want the best for our community. We are not perfect, but we are committed to improving and serving you better every day. This is about the journey and about being there for our residents, building on improvements on a strong foundation. Para penduduk Jurong East Bukit Batok, diam tak diam, dah hampir 10 tahun saya menjadi wakil anda. Saya menghargai kepercayaan yang telah diberikan untuk berkhidmat kepada penduduk Bukit Batok East. Pilihan raya umum ini penting kerana anda perlu memilih parti dan pemimpin yang boleh dipercayai, yang boleh mengemudi ketidaktentuan dunia dengan tenang, yang boleh menjamin masa depan yang cerah untuk anda. Pasukan Jurong East Bukit Batok yang kita tampilkan mempunyai pengalaman, telah pun mencurahkan bakti kepada masyarakat dan menunjukkan usaha di peringkat kejiranan dan juga di peringkat nasional. Dunia kini berkisar. Pelbagai konflik sedang berlaku. Pasukan PAP yang tampil telah menguatkan lagi pucuk pimpinan kita. Termasuk Encik David Ho dan Encik Lee Hong Chuan yang telah menyertai pasukan Jurong East Bukit Batok kami. Bersama dengan Menteri Grace Fu dan Menteri Negara Encik Murali Pillai, kami akan bekerjasama dengan anda untuk mengatasi cabaran masa kini dan yang akan datang dan membina masa depan yang lebih baik untuk semua. Sepanjang 10 tahun ini, kita telah saling mengenali dan saya anggap ramai penduduk Bukit Batok East seperti keluarga saya. Anda kenal saya, anda tahu saya. Susah senang kita telah mengharunginya bersama. Satu persatu kita huraikan dan mencari penyelesaian yang terbaik untuk anda dan keluarga anda. Betul, bukan semua cabaran dan masalah dapat kita selesaikan. Namun kita tidak berputus asa. Saya akan terus menyokong anda, berada di sisi anda. Anda akan selalu menjadi keutamaan dalam segala apa yang kita lakukan. Para penduduk yang saya hormati, tanggungjawab untuk menjadi wakil anda bukanlah satu amanah yang saya ambil ringan. Dengan penuh rendah hati, saya memohon sokongan anda agar kami boleh terus berkhidmat untuk anda, bersama anda. Undilah PAP. Ilang tong yushi batu to jimin. 在我们的活动，杰明会教我唱歌。有一首歌，大家应该知道，《月亮代表我的心》。在歌里面有一句话：我的情不移，我的爱不变。这是我对你们的承诺，我会继续努力，照顾大家，陪伴大家，一起在您身边。This election, you have a choice. We respect that deeply. We are not asking for your vote because we believe we are better than anyone else. We are asking because we believe in our commitment to you and our ability to serve effectively. We don't make empty promises. We can't promise that all appeals will be successful. However, you have our commitment that your requests will be put forth in the best light possible. You will have someone who will hear you, understand you, someone who will celebrate your happy moments and support you through difficult times. So residents of Jurong East Bukit Batok GRC, this is what I offer you. Your dreams are my dreams. Your problems are my problems. I share your happiness and sorrows. My commitment is to be present, to listen, to understand, to work alongside you to build our future together. I ask for your support, not because I know everything and I'm perfect, but because I care deeply about this community. Not because I have all the answers, but because I'm committed to finding them with you. You have my word that my team and I will continue to learn and improve. This has been our conviction for the decades past and will continue to be for the decades to come. I look forward to continuing our journey together. Vote for PAP, here for you. Thank you. 谢谢, terima kasih, Romanandri.
Terima kasih Puan Rahayu Mahzam. Thank you, Madam Rahayu. Make some noise. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, I see that there's getting more people in front of us. So just be aware of the kids next to you and also the elderly next to you. Kita jaga kita, making sure that everybody is safe. In the meantime, let us all give a round of applause once again to our candidate that is currently on stage. So, I would like to introduce our next speaker. I endearingly spoke about him earlier during my community speaker speech. Make some noise over there. Say his name. Say his name. The people of Jurong Central endearingly call him Mr. YQ. My grandfather called him MP Handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Yao Chan.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Saudara-saudari sekalian, salam sejahtera. Nama saya Yao Chan, YQ. 各位居民朋友们，大家晚上好，我是谢耀全。Anai Vanakkam. Dear residents, friends, fellow Singaporeans, a very good evening. And all of you look absolutely beautiful tonight. Let me first say a few words in Malay. Ia adalah penghormatan bagi saya untuk berkhidmat kepada anda dan masyarakat di Jurong Central sepanjang 5 tahun yang lalu. Banyak yang telah kita lakukan bersama, tetapi masih ada banyak lagi yang perlu kita lakukan dalam meraihkan dan memperkasakan bahasa dan seni budaya tradisional kita
dalam mencapai peluang terbaik bagi anak-anak anda mengembangkan dan mencapai kemuncak potensi bakat mereka yang dianugerah Tuhan, dan dalam menyokong anda untuk membesarkan anak anda menjadi warga negara yang jujur dan orang yang beriman. Kami akan juga terus melakukan lebih banyak lagi untuk menyokong isi rumah dalam menanggai kos sara hidup dan warga emas menua dengan baik dan terus berkembang maju, dan warga emas yang memerlukan penjagaan dan penjaga mereka, dan orang kurang upaya dan penjaga mereka. Saya tidak sabar untuk terus melakukan semua ini dengan anda dan untuk anda. Mari kita bersama-sama membina Jurong Central menjadi lebih baik lagi.各位居民朋友们，玉朗中单选区是个特别的地区，它拥有的街名玉朗西和玉朗东各占一半。玉朗大水沟沿着东西之间流入格林的玉朗湖花园，范岛快速公路的对岸则是崭新的登嘉市镇。很多年轻的玉朗中居民也已经在新镇拿到祖屋，陆续的搬到自己的安乐窝。我很荣幸在这特别的地方成为您的候选人。放眼未来5年，我和团队有一系列的提升玉朗中单选区的重大计划。在基础设施的改善，我将继续的用心聆听、用心观察您的日常生活，把心思放入每一个设施的规划。我们的重点策略之一就是把有盖和无障碍的通道范围提升到另一个境界。让我和大家分享，从玉朗东，谁住在玉朗东的？大排301到大排353，以及大排371到大排374，以后将可以不必拿雨伞，步行到新的玉朗综合诊疗所，还有玉朗小学，还有玉华巴沙河小贩中心。那玉朗西的朋友在哪里？让我跟大家分享，从玉朗西大排401到大排440，包括 位于42街的新的预购组屋，还有大牌456到大牌498，也以后不必拿雨伞，可以步行到育青联络所，还有我们的玉郎中邻里中心。在关爱社区方面，我也将扩大及深化社区里的各个计划，与政府的政策和计划相辅相成，更好的与大家同行生活的点滴。我们会继续加大力度，帮助家庭应付生活费上涨的压力，支持父母和孩子，尤其是大家庭，确保每个孩子都能茁壮成长，协助年长者保持活跃，乐享黄金年华，帮助需要看护的年长者以及他们的看护者，帮助残障人士以及他们的看护者，还有协助邻里商家繁荣发展。居民朋友们，若有幸当选，我将继续的一步一脚印，走遍玉朗中，脚踏实地的走入大家的生活。将心比心，用心的为居民们做事。所以，请和我携手，把玉朗中打造得越来越美好。谢谢。Dear friends, Jurong Central SMC is a special place. It is equal parts Jurong West and Jurong East. And in between, Jurong Canal runs right through the middle into the beautiful Jurong Lake Gardens, which is right at our doorsteps. A brand new Tengah town is coming up across the PIE, and many of our younger residents who have grown up in Jurong Central are moving to their new homes in Tengah. I have served you here in the last 5 years, and I am proud to be standing as your candidate in this special place. My team and I have many exciting plans to transform the whole of Jurong Central SMC in the coming years. We put our heart into all our upgrading plans, and one major strategy is in sheltered, barrier-free connectivity across our community. Our goal is that across the Jurong East part of Jurong Central SMC, every block from block 301 to 353 and from 371 to 374 will have a fully sheltered route to the redeveloped Jurong Polyclinic, to Jurong Primary School, and to Yuhua Market and Hawker Center. And in the Jurong West part of Jurong Central SMC, our goal is that every block from block 401 to 440, including the new BTO blocks along Street 42, and from block 457 to 498, will have a fully sheltered route to our community club and to Jurong Central Plaza, our neighborhood center. We will also do more to support the growing needs of our community. We will continue to journey alongside each and every one of you. Our approach is to gear our local efforts towards complementing national schemes to better support individuals and families. We will do more to support households to cope with cost of living, parents and children, especially large families, so that every child can blossom, and seniors to age well and thrive in our communities. And we will do more to support seniors with care needs and their caregivers, and persons with disabilities and their caregivers, and adult learners, including those on part-time studies, and our neighborhood businesses to form a thriving local economy. Over the last 5 years, we have implemented grocery programs, study awards, mentoring programs, active aging programs, caregiver support programs, and various voucher programs, and we will do more. And as I have done for the last 5 years, I will continue to walk the ground, listen deeply to you, and work through every problem with you. I will serve and represent you to the best of my abilities, and this is my promise to all of you. Friends, tonight I would also like to speak on something else. I'd like to speak on what you care most about, and I'd like to speak on hope. Ultimately, what do our Singaporean people care most about? If you are a young adult, you want a good job after graduation, a good job with good pay, good career prospects, and strong purpose and meaning. And you also want to be able to save up for housing, and you want an affordable house. If you are a senior, you want to be able to retire securely and meet daily expenses comfortably and not have to worry about rising prices. You also want to age well, and when you need it, you want solid health care that is both affordable and accessible. Don't need to wait too long. And if you are in between a young adult and a senior, if you are sandwiched between children and aging parents, you want all that your children and parents want for themselves. You hope your children will be able to get good jobs and good homes when they grow up. And you hope your parents will have financial security and good health care. And you want to also take care of yourselves and your own needs. Finish your careers strong, prepare well for retirement, and discover new strengths and a new equilibrium for a different life stage. And above all, I believe all Singaporeans, whichever stage of life you may be in, also want and indeed have come to expect a competent and wise government that can find a way to meet all the above needs and do a good job of it, yet make the numbers work, so that each generation, while meeting its needs, also spends within its means and indeed leaves some savings for the next generation. I believe these are what the Singaporean people ultimately care most about. And this is why I choose to serve. And this is what drives me to speak up in Parliament. Because I stand for what you care for and care about. And what you care most about is also why I do what I do on the ground, in the community with my team. Because we know our efforts on the ground, our projects and programs working in tandem with government schemes, when these focus on what you care most about, these can make a real difference in your daily lives. And ultimately, what you care most about is also why I choose to stand with the People's Action Party. Because the PAP has been all in, fully committed over the decades to the issues that you care most about. And it will continue to do so. Because it is obsessed with making a better Singapore for Singaporeans. A better Singapore for Singaporeans, born and yet to be born. This has been the heart of the PAP's mission, its very reason for existence. For 71 years as a party, for 66 years in government, and for the last 60 years of Singapore's history as an independent nation. If anything, our resolve to continue creating a better future for all Singaporeans amidst very different times and very different challenges has only strengthened. This is our new resolve. Now, friends, the PAP is not perfect. It has never been. It does not have all the right answers all the time, and it does not get everything right every time. But it has done well, and it has done right by Singaporeans. Look at the major policies that have been introduced in the past decades. Look at workfare, income supplement, silver support scheme, 2-room flexi flats for seniors, MediShield Life. These important policies came from PAP governments. And while it is not perfect, I can tell you that the PAP is determined to keep becoming better and do ever better for Singapore and Singaporeans. It will do better in communicating with Singaporeans. Communicating is not only about explaining policies and considerations, but first and foremost, communicating is about listening. And the PAP will do better in communicating with all Singaporeans by listening ever better to all Singaporeans. Listening more, listening deeply, listening to your concerns, to your suggestions, listening to your perspectives and views. The PAP will continue to listen closely to all of you. And the PAP will do better to help Singaporeans with cost of living. PM Wong has given a very clear assurance that a PAP government will continue to provide support for as long as necessary. And there is a significant amount of structural support, permanent support, by design, not just transitional support. There is a significant amount of permanent structural support in education, in healthcare, in housing, in retirement adequacy, in GST offsets. And lastly, the PAP will do ever better to ensure diversity within its ranks, within our team, because that is our mission, to be a broad tent that continues to represent all Singaporeans. Indeed, some of the fiercest critics of the PAP are actually ourselves. PAP MPs and PAP activists, we are the PAP's own fiercest critics, because we never settle, and because we do not assume that we have got it right all the time, and we do not assume that any solution or policy will remain fit for purpose forever. And most importantly, because what you care about is ever evolving, so our work to take care of what you care most about will always be a work in progress. The PAP can always be better, and it must always become better to do right by all Singaporeans. And I believe we will maintain and grow that internal discipline and that internal capacity to keep becoming better to serve all Singaporeans. Friends, let me conclude. I deeply respect the opposition candidates for stepping forward as loyal Singaporeans and presenting themselves as a choice to fellow Singaporeans. But I must also say, all the candidates in the PAP, the candidates of the PAP, are loyal Singaporeans too. And so, ultimately, this election is about choosing between loyal Singaporeans on both sides. And I ask that in this election, please choose the candidate that you feel can best serve you. Choose a candidate that you think can best represent you. And choose a candidate that you know has always been with you. The PAP has always been with you, and the PAP will always continue to be with you. We have always been with you, and we will continue to be with you. Please support us. Please support the PAP. Thank you.
Thank you, Yao Chan. Thank you. Thank you, Yao Chan. And our next candidate. Thank you. And our next candidate is known for her dedication and care in the community. This next candidate that I'm about to introduce, 下一位候选人是我非常敬佩的一位女性领袖。她在日华服务了20年，贡献了20年的青春。她的努力，大家是有目共睹。Let's welcome Grace Fu, member silakan, Puan Grace Fu.
Election is not about making empty promises. We are here to make promises that we can keep. Promises that matter to you. Promises that you know you can trust. Because I have shown you so over the last 20 years. Why vote for the PAP? We are prepared to make hard decisions. The party has been with you through good and bad, through hard and bad times. 6 decades to show our results. No major decision is easy to make. There are always trade-offs, and decisions like GST is never easy. We know the pain on the low and no income people, and that is why it came with a permanent system, a permanent support system, not one time, not transitional, as the opposition would tell you. It's permanent support system. GST vouchers, cash, $850. GST Medisave, $450. GST USave, $380. GST SMC rebates. All this together to offset that 2% increase. This is equivalent to spending of 80,000 people, $80,000. We may be taking a chicken wing from you, but we are giving you a whole chicken. GST allows us to tax tourists. GST allows us to tax people that have no income, don't pay income tax in Singapore, but spend on items like cars, like watches. So, friends, we take hard decisions because that's what's good for Singapore, and we understand its impact on you. Democracy and good governance is all about who you vote in. More debates do not give you good policy and good governance. We see countries with flowery debates, many different colors, many different parties, long debates in the parliament. Do they give you better policies? They give you policies that lead nowhere. So we are the party that you can trust. We are a party that upholds the values of non-corruptibility, honesty, and rule of law. When mistakes happen, we don't hide. We take responsibility, even when it's hard. The PAP stands for self-reliance. What is self-reliance? Self-reliance means putting the power in you, in the hands of Singaporeans. We build self-reliance so that every Singaporean has the skills and freedom to make choices, to shape your own future. Our young Singaporeans are now better educated, have better jobs, have more options in life. And self-reliance honors your hard work, acknowledges your dignity as you provide for yourself and your family. It is easy for the opposition to criticize. Our opposition here wants to put more money in everyone's pocket. So good. Such a lovely idea. But it is hard to pay for. After these 9 days, after all the promises that have been made, who in the opposition is here to sign the checks? No one. Who will pay for their promises? Is it the government? The government is only the custodian for Singapore. Ultimately, it is Singaporeans that will pay. Either Singaporeans today, like you and I, or Singaporeans of the future. Your children, their children. So this election, friends, choose the party that will guard our future.
Choose the party that will spend wisely. Which party is that? Which party acts responsibly? And which party thinks long term? In the past 5 years, we have lived through a turbulent time. We have the pandemic. Then we have the rising inflation. We watched the world become more uncertain. I know your stress, stretching over every dollar, worrying about your jobs, whether you get retrenched, and the stressing over the children's future. I understand that. I met a Mr. K at Yuhua Market a few days ago as I was campaigning. In a kind of blunt and curt way, he said, "Can I have a few minutes of your time? Please sit down next to me. Do you understand what I'm going through?" So I know, just from these few simple words, that this is a man that is anxious, is frustrated. So he's, I think, 40-something, lost his job about 9 months ago. An MNC that he's working for decided to scrap the function away from Singapore. He has troubles, he has bills to pay. I understand that. And he said, "Do you understand the ground?" I can assure you, I can assure him that we understand, because I'm not just there listening to him on that day. I'm not in the market just on campaign day. I'm there at the market every week. I'm there in your home every week. I'm in the MPS every week. Who is the one that is only online sitting in the aircon room? Not us PAP MPs. We are on the ground all the time. I would like to tell him, if Mr. K is watching, that you are not alone. We are behind you, and you will sure that we will support you. Every week we go, we listen. We stood by our residents in the last 20 years. We know sometimes when it comes to festive season, we need a little bit more to spend. So we give vouchers, Yuhua vouchers on Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Deepavali. We know we are worried about children's education, so we support their education through Yuhua Trust. We know that our seniors would like to have something extra. They don't like to go back to ask their working adult children. They know that their children have their own worries. They don't want to burden them. But you know, sometimes they just need that extra thing for a pair of spectacles to cut their hair. So we give them Yuhua vouchers, PGMG party, Chinese New Year. Just a little something to show that we care. We run food rescue every month because we know that this can help some families. These initiatives gives immediate help. It gives practical help. Even in the smallest of gesture can make a difference in addressing cost of living concerns. Our local support will continue if I'm elected, because I know that you need this, even with the National Help Scheme. We are working with agencies to address the root causes, the root desire for better jobs, for fairer workplace. This is usually my first question when I visit a family. Are you working? Is your job stable? Are your children working? I understand the stresses of losing your job or inability to work because of illness. We support our residents in matching jam jobs in the community. For those who have family care duties, we want them to work part-time, helping out in the community. We create micro jobs for sewing, for stay-at-home residents. We bring job fairs for middle-aged workers, back to work parents, and help them with upskilling, CV writing, technical upskills. You can see for yourself. We don't just talk, we act. We deliver. What we have here in Jurong East, Bukit Batok, is something very special. It is not just Jan Ng Teng Fong Hospital or the MRT interchange in Jurong East. It is not just the many hawker centers and coffee shops that we go with our friends and families. It is not just the covered linkways or the barrier-free access ramps. It is not just the social programs for our children, our youth, our seniors. It is not just the National Day Carnival, Hari Raya, Pongal celebrations with our friends. It is the people working together that have built this community. We have a team. We are a team that builds a caring, stable, and safe community. Our single-minded focus is to look after and serve you. Not just to get a ticket to the parliament. We are like family to us, to me, and I am like family to you. Over the last 20 years, I have made many good friends serving in the community. They feel the same way about our place, our people. Loving Heart, which runs 3 active aging centers, supported by NUHS Tan Wei Wei, Science Center, Prof Lim, Bold at Work, Yoke, and grassroots organizations. Prof Teng, Dr. Lok, Lawrence from Tai Hwa Kwan, they spend many hours guiding and leading Loving Heart. Yuhua Albirex Football Academy. This is where Albirex home team is. The late Selamat, MAEC Jumaat, Muiti from Albirex, and volunteer coaches like Pua In, providing free football classes to 1,600 children for 11 years. 11 years, free football classes. Yuhua Agritech Solar Farm, Solar Living Lab, solar farming project with Hak Singh, Thomas from NUS, Alan from Comcrop, Jen from Semcop, Waylin, YC, Mr. Ko, Mr. Chow, created a living lab for 9 farmers working with solar farms, solar panels. This one I must make special mention. Yuhua Vouchers, Jedi and Kenny, together with merchant associations, Vincent, Kani, Kaan, Kok Heng, going shop by shop, persuading our hawkers, our local shops to accept Yuhua vouchers. And now we have 350 local businesses on the scheme. 350. And we have injected more than $1.2 million into our local businesses by giving this voucher to who? To our seniors, to our needy families, to help them in very concrete ways. My friends, I just described to you the kampong in Yuhua. And this is a kampong spirit in action, really in action. Football clubs, local shops, NUS. What has it got to do in common? Their commonality is you, the community. They come together to do something good for every one of us, to serve you. We have built something very, very special here. Very special. Something special because it's a spirit of care, support, and trust. And we want to build a Singapore where your hard work matters, where dignity is protected, where no one is left behind. Our PAP team in JEBB, Jurong East Bukit Batok, David, Hong Chuan, Rahayu, Murali, and I will bring experience, will bring energy, and will bring empathy to serve you as your MPs. here for you every day, every week, every year. 欢迎各位来到玉朗东五西八都的群众大会，我非常开心能够看到各位来支持我们。玉朗是我过去20年扎根的地方，它早已是我的甘崩。在这里，我听过老人家无数的点点滴滴，他们的生活故事，他们的旅程，非常温馨的甘崩故事。今年是新加坡建国60，所以我就借这个特别的年份来跟大家分享一下，什么是甘崩精神。很多人说这句话，甘崩精神，甘崩精神。什么是甘崩精神？当村里面需要修路，当政府没有资源的时候，就是邻里乡亲不分你我，拿起了这个工具，搬运石头，齐心协力地铺出道路。当孩子放学归来，家家户户大门没关，那边阿嫂们总会亲切地问一句：“吃饱未？”还没有吃饭的话，一定有一双碗筷，很快的拿出来，一定有热热的饭给我们的孩子吃。虽然当时家家都不富裕，家家都可以说是穷的，但是没有一个孩子是饿着肚子的，因为每一户家门的门口都是开着，都是愿意分享他们的饭菜。在竞选的时候，也常常被居民问下：“吃饱未？你来，吃饱。啉水未？吃水啉来。”所以这里就是玉华的甘崩精神，让我深深的感动。吃饱未？当时候村里面没有学校，但是村民们、甘崩的居民们，他们要他们的孩子读书，要他们的孩子认字，怎么办？大家出钱来办校，有时候就要在当地的庙宇里面开班开课，这就是甘崩精神。不久前，我出席了玉华小学95周年校庆。玉华小学就是在那种情况下成立的，甘崩精神把它延续到现在，这正是甘崩精神的延续。这里是玉华甘崩，至今依然薪火相传，生生不息。所以今天也想与大家谈谈心。2015年的时候，我谈过5颗星。那今年因为是2020 60周年，所以我要谈6颗星。良心、诚心。60年来，我们始终秉持着良知行事，以诚意待人。人民行动党从不忘初衷，始终把国家和人民的利益放在首位，放在前头。我们坚持清廉，杜绝贪污。我们讲纪律，讲担当，勇于承担重量，勇于承担重任。我请大家看清其他的候选人，他们是否也有同样的道德标准？路遥知马力，日久见人心，大家要观察久一点。关心、爱心，我们不是只靠口号，不是纸上谈兵，我们是用实际行动关怀每一位居民。过去20年，我一直在玉华服务，许连宪博士的服务年限更长，陈有明医生、Rahayu Murali 也都有10年如一的坚持。我们用心推动各项的援助计划，无论是年轻父母、勤劳工作的单身人士、年迈的工友， 默默付出的看护者、年长的居民，我们都没有忘记每一位都在我们心中。疫情期间，我们推出了裕华购物券。为什么那时候会想到这个呢？因为当时候的行动受限制，我们不能够出门，很多年轻的子女们没有办法去拜访我们区里面的年长者。年长如果是靠年轻送饭，年轻的子女们送饭、送杂货、送食物上门的话，就成了问题。所以当时我们想，我们一定要肩负重任，扛起这个负责我们每一位年长者的这个重任，要让我们每一位年长者不缺一餐，疫情与否，在裕华区没有人会肚子饿。在这个同时呢，我们的小贩商家正处于寒冬，大家可能那时候记得，忽然间大家算网购，都是用这个外卖，我们的小商家没有这个转型的这个机会。为了扶助他们，我们将援助金投向本地的商家。在全国这个 CDC voucher 推行之前，我们裕华已经率先进行了。我们的商联会基层义工挨家挨户的去要求，苦口婆心的要求我们的小贩商家们接受我们的购物券，甚至为他们打造一个网站，在帮助他们迈向数码时代，帮他们拍照，帮他们上网上去。短短几年，我们总共发了超过120万的新元的购物券，120万的购物新券，受惠于我们的长者，受惠于我们的弱势家庭。而这些消费呢，转向回流到我们裕华的小贩，我们裕华的商家、杂货店、眼镜店、诊所等等。起初商家们怀疑我们是不是骗子，要我们去放 QR code， 他们有点怀疑，他以为我们是 scammer。 经过3年合作，我们准时报销，准时付钱，所以我们逐渐建立了互信。所以这一次我们为了庆祝 SG60， 我们一呼嘣哔哔，他们 lorry 就来了，一呼百应。许多商家主动咖啡茶水6毛钱，或者是折扣6毛钱，因为他们知道我们是为了居民，他们也知道我们一向来给予他们的受惠，所以他们也要回报。所以我们在这里感谢我们的商家们这么的支持我们的 SG60 计划。裕朗的甘崩精神到今天还是可以看到，还是可以有真实的写照，它就在我们裕华村。所以这一个关系，这一个情谊来得不易，非常的珍贵。我要恳请大家与我一同把它发扬光大，好不好？反问一句，反对党的候选人说，让我进国会，让我为你发声，因为生活费上涨，让我进国会为你发声。在国会发声，难道就把这些引进的日常用品的价格就可以降下来吗？他们真的懂得你的需要吗？他们真正能够照顾你吗？所以这个就是另外那2个心，信心和安心。 当今的风起云涌，世界情况非常的不稳定。人民行动党是大家可以信任、可以依靠的政党。我们有丰富的国际谈判经验，也有战胜疫情、稳定经济的能力。因为我们的政策连贯，政府高效，所以投资者敢押注于新加坡，国人也能安居乐业。我们将继续支持企业创业，创造优质的就业机会，照顾每一位需要的国人。无论你是年轻人、年长者还是弱势家庭，我们都与你同在。朋友们，60年来，人民行动党一代又一代的团队，倾注了青春、热血与智慧，与大家风雨同舟，患难与共。我们是凡人，我们会犯错，但我们坦然改正，不断进步。请给我们信心，让我们知道我们的坚持是值得的。请给我们爱心，让我们在风雨中有力量继续前进。也请大家一视同仁，用同样一把尺刀来衡量所有的候选人。不只要对我们严格，对其他政党也要有一样的标准。唯有如此，新加坡才能再攀高峰。人民行动党提出的口号是：世界巨变，团队更新，坚持初衷，共创辉煌。我们亲自看到，世界在急剧变化，局势越加复杂。这是王群才总理首次带队出征，我们要让国人知道，即使世界变了，我们的初心未曾改变。我们坚守国家至上、人民为本的承诺。我们努力为新加坡、为新加坡人创造更好的明天。请给人民行动党一个机会，让我们与您风雨同舟。请投人民行动党。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Miss Grace Fu. 谢谢傅海燕. She's leading our team at Jurong East Bukit Patok. So another round of applause for Grace Fu. And our last candidate for JEBB is David Ho. So let's welcome Xu Decai.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to first begin my speech a bit in Mandarin, then after that I'll switch back to English. 大家晚上好，我的名是许德才。首先，我要先讲谢谢全部人，今天你们来到这个地方，你们抽出了时间来我们的大会，我们很感恩你们发出了时间，我们要跟你们说一声很大的谢谢。我已经在金文台大概1个多月了，这1个多月我已经收到了你们的关心和你们的爱。很多居民都跟他们的朋友讲，叫他们的朋友跟我讲，可以叫这个德才休息多一点吗？吃多一点吗？喝多一点吗？我还记得有这个家庭，他们泡了一个汤煮了给我，为了跟我讲德才加油，德才加油。我真的很感恩，我真的很感恩，因为我收到了你们的爱和你们的关怀。在这1个多月， 我也是认识了很多建国一代的安哥跟安迪。我跟我们的建国一代安哥安迪说，如果没有你们，就是没有我们；如果没有你们，就是没有新加坡的今天。我们可以给我们的建国一代一掌声吗？我们一定要尊重我们的长辈，一定要感恩。在我这几个礼拜在这边，我们有了我们自己的爱心早餐。在爱心早餐，我听了我们的居民他们讲，德才，我们可以有多一点活动吗？我们可以有多一点卡拉 OK 吗？我们可以带我们出去看看别的地方吗？我跟他们讲，我会尽我的力，因为如果这个是你们的梦想，我会尽我的力帮你们实现这些梦想。我还记得有几个安哥跟安迪就说，德才，你可以帮我们做一件事吗？帮我们build这个电梯在那个 overhead bridge。我跟安迪安哥讲，放心，我会尽我的能力，我会敲门，我会问，因为你们的愿望对我来说是真的是很重要。所以呢，我就是要要求你们一个东西，请投人民行动党一票。如果你们投人民行动党一票，我们可以照顾你们，我们可以帮你们实现你们的梦想。谢谢。Now, I wanted to start off my speech in Mandarin first, really because in my time, in the last 1 month, I've interacted with so many seniors. And it would be unfair of me to just start just by speaking English, because I heard so many of them, our seniors, our pioneer generation, telling me their concerns. And that's why I wanted to start it off with that, because I genuinely believe in honoring our seniors, because if not for our seniors, we will not be where we are today. Honestly, friends, in the last 5 to 6 weeks in Clementi, if I could describe one word, Clementi to me feels like home. It feels like home because on 3 fronts. Because when we go home, we remember that home is a safe place, it's a comfortable place that we can have conversation. Home is a place where we strive our very best for all of our family members. We want them to do well. Home is a place where we have honest and difficult conversations. And that's why in Clementi as home, I can come as who I am. I can tell you that honestly, when I was growing up, it wasn't easy. When I was growing up, some of you might know, my mom became blind due to a failed eye operation. Because of that, I brought her around to different hawker centers and coffee shops to sell tissue papers. And that was where I had the opportunity to discover my aspiration back then. To say, hey, I want to be a chicken rice store uncle when I grow older. Because to me, that was how I could break out of poverty then. And as I grew older in secondary school, I had an opportunity to teach a friend math. And I realized, hey David, I'm pretty good at this. I said, when I grow older, I wanted to be a teacher. My point is this: our aspiration is a function of our experiences. And it's because of all these experiences that I had that I discovered that I had all this aspiration. But more importantly, these experiences don't come by chance. They come because someone first created an opportunity for me, because I happened to chance upon such opportunities. And it is because of this, I said earlier, Clementi feels like home, because it feels like home because I want to make sure that this place we strive the best for every single one. And in this home, I know full well about our youths. And that's why in the last 15 years of my life, I've created this social empowerment program known as I'm Talented. And what this program seeks to do is to create opportunities for our students to discover their talents, their dreams in non-academic pathways. We let our students to figure out things like songwriting, fashion design, entrepreneurship. The list goes on. Because truth be told, we say in Singapore, we want to have our own definition of success. But you can only truly have your own definition of success if we only know what are the things we care about, what are things that we are interested in. And that's why I've created all these opportunities. And when I think of Clementi, when I look at our youth, I think we can create a lot of opportunities for our youth. I know of our Clementi residents. Our Clementi residents come with skills, with talents, with so much experiences. And the youth living in Clementi, I want you to know that we will create more opportunities for you to discover your interests, for you to figure out what you are good at, so that you will be able to define your own definition of success. And let me be upfront and clear to all of you that I know how difficult it is as a youth to figure out what you're going to study, what career you want to be, what career you want to pursue. It's such a huge responsibility that lands on your shoulder the moment you finish O-level, the moment you finish A-levels, you have to decide. And whatever you decide has some implications to what your life will look like. And that's why in Clementi and in JEBB, we want to make this easier for you. I let you know this first. In the last few weeks when I'm here, I've reached out to businesses and I asked someone in Ya Kun, a senior management, I said, are you okay to partner with me to do this thing called a day in the life of Ya Kuna? Because so many of our youth say that I want to run an F&B business. So many of our youth say, I want to do this, I want to do that. But how on earth do you know what to do if you don't even have a chance to experience? And that is what I think is powerful about Clementi, because in Clementi and in JEBB, we have businesses. We have people who run different programs. We have people who do different things. And we want to bring them all together to say, let's come together, let's build a community where our youth will be able to make decisions clearly because they have full information. They will be able to say that, hey, is marketing something I want to pursue? Is law something I want to pursue? But ladies and gentlemen, let me just make this clear. All this will not happen by chance. It will only happen if we create opportunities. And that is something that we want and we shall and we will do for Clementi residents and also for everyone in JEBB, because together we are stronger. Because together we have resources. Because together we care. And that is what I care about. I care about our youth. I care about their definition of success. And we cannot settle for nothing, just status quo. And this is what I care. And Clementi, in this family, it's not just youths. In this family, I see our seniors. Our seniors are why we are where we are today. Clementi, let me just tell you this, the truth. I won't hide this from you. We are not getting any younger. We will grow older. But you know what worries me? What worries me is that as we grow older, we leave the elderly at home and we do not know what is happening. And I tell you this, I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Tan, Dr. Tan Woo Ming, because what he has done for the last 10 years, Dr. Tan has built infrastructures. He has does his best to fight his way to build shelter walkways. And it is only because of what he has done. This is why the next chapter of Clementi, it's about running programs. It's about making sure that every single elderly will be taken care of. It is about making sure that we run programs so that they stay healthy. It's about we run programs so that they will always build relationships. Because when we see someone not around, we know that's an alert. We know that we will always look out for one another. And I tell many people in this campaign, the next chapter of Clementi, really, it's about neighbors looking out for neighbors, friends looking out for friends. Because we care and we do programs not for the sake of programs. We do programs because we care about every single resident. Because I care about our seniors, I want to honor our seniors. And together with my generation of youth, we must honor and we must respect our seniors. So to all the seniors out there, to all the pioneer generations who are watching, I want you to know you matter to us. I want you to know you have done a lot for us, and we will not and we shall not take it for granted. And this is my conviction. And in this home, it's not just the youths. In this home, it's not just the seniors. I say that it is a home because we want the best for everyone. In this home, at Clementi Peaks, at Clementi Heights, at so many places. I've met so many people who are just like me. So many young families. And you are part of this home. I want you to know that in this next chapter, because Dr. Tan has done such a great job, our next phase, we are again going to run more programs to support families. We're going to run more things so that parenting and family raising kids will always be easier. I heard so many residents telling me this in my door-to-door running. Say, David, we like Lakeside, we like Jurong East, but can we do something in Clementi? Can we make raising family a lot easier in Clementi? And I tell you, because I heard that action on that, and very soon we are going to have more family carnivals, more bouncy castles. Because honestly, you don't have to travel so far away, take a taxi, take a public transport, drive, just to have family time. Because creating memories doesn't have to be difficult. We can do it because this, like what my friends say here, is the kampong spirit. And we have seen it at Clementi Peaks, we have seen it at Clementi Heights, we have seen it at Clementi Crest, and so many places. In my house visits, I've seen how families open their doors with this little card that says, I'm home. And when other kids see this, they come to their house and they play. And that, to me, is what this next chapter is about. Where neighbors look out for neighbors, where friends look out for friends. And because only when we do that, we become stronger together as a community. I can go on and on and on and on. I can tell you about so many family members in this home. But I want you to know, this is just only the beginning. There are just so many things we want to do. At the heart of it, let me just make this clear, if it's still not clear to all of us. We are not running programs for the sake of running programs. We are running programs because at the heart of what we do, we care about every Singaporean and everyone living in Clementi and JEBB. And this is why we do what we do. It is the purpose that drives us. It is the purpose that drives PAP. It is the purpose that drives the entire team. Because we are not doing this for image. We are not doing this because we need people to say how great we are. We are doing this because from the very first day when PAP was set up to the very first day today, we have always cared about our residents. You heard from my teammates cost of living. You heard from my teammates all these things. Because at the heart of it, it's about you. And I have a stake in that. I want to make sure we do our best to serve every one of you, not just in Clementi, but together in Jurong East, Bukit Batok. But let me also conclude by saying upfront to you, all this will not be possible. All this can only be done if you give us your mandate, and if you give us a strong mandate by voting for PAP, because when you vote for PAP, what you are telling all of us is this: we stand for you, we are with you, and we will support you in taking care of every single one of us. You heard about the vouchers program, you heard about everything. All these things are for you. And we need your strong mandate. We need you to vote for PAP because your vote tells us one thing. We are with you, we are for you, just as we are with you and for you, we are together to build a stronger Jurong East Bukit Batok community. So ladies and gentlemen and friends, I humbly ask of your vote. I humbly ask of your vote for the entire team, because the entire team, the PAP government, cares for all of us. And this is our purpose, and we will not waver, and we will always stand true to our purpose. And this afternoon I said this, and I will say it again. I'll be upfront to tell you, I'm not going to lie. I know full well that I might have deficits. I know full well that I might not be great at many things. But one thing I know in my entire life is I know how to work hard. I know how to go around knocking on doors. I know how to run from unit to unit. I know how to write appeal letters. I know how to say, please help us. I know how to knock for doors. And only because of knocking on doors, that's why I was able to do all these programs. And it is the same spirit that I'm going to bring to Clementi as well, and to JEBB. Because we are never going to stop. We are always going to keep knocking. Because why? You matter to us. It is because you matter to us. That's why all of us, we work hard. That's why all of us, we keep knocking on doors. That's why just now, Madam Rahayu said that you see her every time in Bukit Batok. You see Minister Grace, because We genuinely and we care for everyone. So, my friends, I just want to say this. This is home. A home can only be built when you and I do it together. We are not just here to be takers. We are here to build a home together. Yes, we will do our best to move things, but we need your support. We need your vote. But more than vote, can I also appeal to us? Join us together. Once this GE ends, should we get your mandate, join us together to say, yes, I want to volunteer. Join us to say that I want to build this community. Join us together to say, I want to be a resource person. Because honestly, JEBB is only as good as if we all work together. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. May I say this one more time? At the heart of what we do, it is about you, and we will continue to strive. We ask one more time, please vote for PAP. Thank you.
And thank you, candidate Mr. David Ho. And please welcome our next speaker. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Tan Wu Meng.
Saudara-saudari, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kawan-kawan dan penduduk, salam sejahtera dan selamat malam. 亲爱的同胞们、居民们，晚上好。Vanakkam. I stand here in support of my friends on stage. It's an important election for Singapore and every bit of support counts. I especially come here to stand in support of Mr. David Ho, who is coming to Clementi. David's been working with me. I've seen him in action. Importantly, I've seen how hard he works. You've seen his energy today at Fullerton Downtown Rally. You've seen his energy tonight. He will bring that energy to Clementi. And I ask my Clementi family to give David your full support, the way you supported me these past 10 years. Support David so he can speak up for you the way I have. Because I couldn't have spoken up for Clementi without your support. Because when you know that your people are behind you, when your people know how much you love them, when your people know how hard you will fight for them, something special happens. When we know each other's hearts, there is a fire in our hearts. Together, and that fire sends a message that nobody messes with the people of Clementi. If there has been injustice, if our resident has been ill-treated or bullied, we will take it up. We will take it to Parliament if needed to show that we will do everything possible to put it right, and if need be, teach the culprits a lesson they'll never forget. Because when someone in Clementi is in trouble, if someone loses hope, all of us have less hope. But when we lift up a Clementi family, bring hope back to a Clementi family, all of us have more hope. It brings more hope to everyone. It draws us closer as friends. And that's why tonight, make new friends as well with the people next to you. Make new friends in the community. Because Singapore is made great by our people, ordinary people with extraordinary hearts. We know the world has problems. One uncle say, "Msiwai taiji become our taiji." Problem from overseas, small countries kana sabo. It's like that. We don't get to choose in life whether we are unlucky or lucky, but we can choose how we look out for each other, lift up one another. Because in a dangerous world, whether in Clementi, in Jurong, or across Singapore, we are all in this together. Let me say this. We all know it in our hearts. This SG60 election, it is about all our lives, your life and mine, the lives of our loved ones, the life of every Singaporean. So when you go to the ballot box this Saturday, 3rd of May, you are not just voting for your MP. You are not just voting for the party you trust, the PAP. You're voting for your family, your friends, and for Singapore. So let's make Singapore better. A little red dot with a big heart. Now, tomorrow, and always. Majulah Clementi. Majulah Jurong. Majulah PAP. Majulah Singapura. Thank you and good night. 谢谢大家. Terima kasih banyak. Engel manamanta nandri, mika nandri. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Tan Wu Meng. Now we would like to welcome once again to the front of the rostrum, Jurong Central as the SMC candidate, Mr. Yao Chan.
To the front of the rostrum. And our candidates for Jurong East, Bukit Batok, Murali Pillai, Hong Chuan, Rahayu Mahzam, David Ho, and leading the team, Grace Fu.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, remember on the 3rd of May, vote for the party who delivers.
Vote for the party that takes action.
But most importantly, vote for PAP.
For this warm welcome, Jurong Central and also Jurong East, Bukit Batok. Thank you.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us today. Hope you have a safe trip back. And please do keep the stadium clean. Ladies and gentlemen, before you exit, pick up your litter. And we hope to see you again. Everybody take care. Assalamualaikum. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, bye-bye.